Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Sisu to Success. My name is Paul Wurtenen, and yes, I was not here today. No, I am here today. I wasn't here yesterday. But when you leave the house at 5:30 a.m. and don't get back till 7:15 p.m., you still got to get a few things done around the house. So, yeah, that's where I was. But returning back with some more continuing consistency. Yes, as I said, you are going to miss days. You are going to not be present sometimes. But the important thing is just to keep going and when you have the opportunity to. So, yesterday was the day I met with the lawyer to get the will, or, well, to get a few things set up. The most important thing that I was focusing on was the trust. The trust is something that I need to get into place to help get the rest of the program that I'm putting together moving forward. So that was a very important step. Yes, they did include, I guess the package includes a will and a living will and all that stuff like that. Or a power of, not a power of attorney, well, whatever. It includes more than just the paperwork for the trust. So we went over that, spent a good couple hours working on that, going through, make sure everything was done. But an important thing to note, when you set up a trust, your information is not, your property, your assets are not immediately protected, which is something I've known. So the sooner you set up your trust, the better. Because if you, let's say, have an issue where you need long-term care, Medicare can come in and say, well, we have a five-year look-back period. In other words, from 5 years from the day that you need your assets to cover the costs of Medicare long-term care, they can look back 5 years and say any assets that you moved into the trust within that 5-year period is liable to be pulled out and used as collateral for paying for your long-term care. That is a very important thing, especially as you get older. You need to make sure that your assets are covered beyond that 5-year look back period, because that is a very important thing. Your assets are not protected until that 5 years is passed. That includes property and financial, cash, money in the bank. You can put money into your trust to help protect it, to help pass it on to your heirs when you pass on. So that is a very important thing to note. Trusts also help to minimize and eliminate the need for probate courts and stuff like that. Because usually when you set up a trust, it's usually here's the final wishes of the trustee, the owner of the trust. So it usually can pass through to the heirs without complications, because usually it is very detailed enough to having a good understanding of what the intentions were for those assets. So that is a very important thing. That is something that a trust will do much better than, say, a will. Because a will, yes, you can will it to your assets, your property, and everything to your kids and your heirs and stuff like that, and divide it up however you want. But it's going to go through probate. So not only do your heirs get a nice chunk of what's left, but creditors and everybody else can get their fingers into it. Trusts are different. They allow you to pass your assets and everything on without probate courts and stuff like that. Now, with all that said, I am not a lawyer. I do not know the intricate details of trusts. I know the basics, but you know what the best thing to do is contact a lawyer. Get one set up, just as I am doing. I could set up a personal trust by myself without a lawyer. But to ensure everything is done properly, documented properly, I decided it's worth it to pay the lawyer to do that. Typically, a good lawyer will have you pay around $2,000 to $3,000 to get this done, but that ensures it's done correctly, and it ensures that the right information is in there to be able to pass on to your heirs anything you may need to pass on. So that is a very important thing, very important update. I am heading out of the studio today and heading to the farm to do some work. I'm going to be over there overnight. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow with an episode, whether I do it first thing in the morning from the farm or if I wait till I get back to the studio. So, just let you know, make your move. Make sure you get your trust done and make sure your assets are secured. I'm going to take off. I will be back next time with another wonderful episode. So, give me a subscribe. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All those help the algorithm. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do upload another episode. And leave a comment. Do you have a trust or do you not? Have you protected your assets in that way, or do you just have a will? All right. Till tomorrow, have a wonderful day and keep warm.